Don't quote us on that, you effing idiot.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Don't Quote Us podcast. This is episode, 11? No, it's 8.
8?
No, not 8. It's 9. It's 9.
Yeah.
Dude, I still get, well, at least it was better this time. But yeah, today's episode, we have Spivyson. Because I call you Spive. So we might as well say the whole thing.
Spivyson is the full name. Spivey is my last name. Spive is what people call me.
Okay. So, how did you get the last name? What does you said Spive is your last name?
Spivey is my last
name. Spivey. So, how did you where did that come from? What's the origin and history behind that? Because right now I've been watching some videos and not videos, but I've been in astrology lately, and then finding out your name actually means something preordained. So what Spivey. What does that mean?
Well, no. Well, I'd love to know. I have no idea.
You don't know? You don't know where you got it?
No,
it's just a cool name.
I always thought I got it from my parents.
Oh yeah. I mean, but if you look up the origins of each last name, there's an origin.
I know my first name, Micah, comes from the Bible, the prophet Micah. Okay, yeah. My last name, no. I was always told to be proud in it, so I'm real proud in it.
Cool.
The moniker Spivyson comes from an anime, but
okay.
Tell me something, brother.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's
no.
I didn't even know.
I was just looking. I was just asking because I thought it would be cool because obviously all the artists that I've been with we all come up with an alter ego, and usually your name that you're born with because obviously you're a big Bible person, right? You're a Bible person. Yeah. So every name I guess it means something in ancient history and stuff like that. So I found out what my actual birth name meant. It was coming from different origins. It did that's what it meant. So it was it was Illuminator of Light or something like that.
Okay. Well, you give me 2 weeks, man.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you just all right. Yeah. When you come back on there, you can let us know. Yeah.
Come back here.
Right.
The reason Find Spivyson is we here. Don't Quote Us podcast. Hey, Don't Quote Us podcast. Look, man, I gotta say something while we get the episode started. Shout out to you white women that love to come visit my man, come party with my man, have a good time. But I'd love to y'all to know that he do drink Hennessy and 2 bottles.
No, this is not mine, bro.
Who's
this is my roommate's. This is what was in here before me, bro.
Okay, well he gotta hang out with some more niggas. This is a lot of Smirnoff.
No, that's not me. That's not me.
And a lot of
No,
it's reminding, I feel the freshman. Oh my goodness, I haven't drunk this shit since I was I feel the liquor pain. My shit, Jesus Christ.
That's my room. That's my roommates, my guy. That's my roommates, man.
Shout out to the roommate.
That is,
my boy, you know how to throw it down, man. I'm worried about your liver.
No, I'm scared because I don't think I'm gonna be up here for New Year's, so he's about to throw a little thing. So I'm not gonna be here for it. Yeah. So yeah, man. So definitely yeah. So Spive, can you give us a little bit a little intro to yourself and about what you do and how number one let everybody know he is one of the co-founders of the Chasing Stars Entertainment. This is the first year that you actually launched.
I was signed on in January. Yeah. So I go by the name of Spivyson, aka Spivey or Spive. I am the acting CEO of Chasing Stars Entertainment, and I am also an artist, solo rap artist, and I've been a rap artist solo for about 5-6 years. And in January, I met up with me and Maverick got very close. Well, I will say me and Maverick got really close through the years of 2023. We met through mutual friends, and I had always respected Mav's work ethic and hustle. He was always somebody I was whatever we got to do, I'm going to work to go get it. And that was always something that was cool. And it was just watching him kind of come up in the ranks was real inspiring because I'm seeing you, and then the next time I see you, it's at a show. The next time I see you, it's at a festival, and you're performing with me. So I'm oh man, shout out, you're doing real cool stuff. That led to us collaborating on my album. In 2024, Spivyson Uncensored, we were on a record. The record did great. Then I went on tour. We did a nationwide tour. He was able to come out to Atlanta with us and do the Music and Arts Festival in Atlanta. That went super well, and I think that was the start of building a real friendship with Maverick. Coming back, we were on the road. We didn't fly. We drove. It's 12 hours with one dude, man. You guys are gonna actually double that because he drove back.
Yeah,
24 hours
for sure.
with one dude. You're gonna come back, either feeling really good about him or feeling really bad about him.
Exactly.
So then in that, the opportunity came up to join TSC and be a part of something better and be a part of something greater. And the way that him and Justo presented it to me was just something that I couldn't pass up on, an opportunity to take leadership in what I do and change my community for the better.
Yeah.
I couldn't pass up on it.
Exactly, bro. Like that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Like, yeah, definitely, yeah. This is what we've been doing. Well, you got the whole group and everything together. Like, this is like your first time actually leading.
Yeah, this is the first time I have ever been in charge of.
How do you like honestly like cut the little bullshit a little bit, but like be honest a little bit, show a little bit of like vulnerability right now. Like how do you feel like personally? Like, are you like scared a little bit? You nervous or like you have your ups and downs? Obviously, like, this is a big role for you because like what you have like about like 15, 20 people that you kind of like watch over and stuff like that.
And a staff of 20. But
on top of that, you do like you also reach out to other artists too. So like that to me that would seem like very stressful. But to like every time I see you, you don't seem drained. You still have the same energy. So like for people that want to become CEOs or like business owners and stuff like that, how would for them to like not burn themselves out? Because to me in my brain, I'm like I would have been burnt out by like a couple of things, like getting everybody in check, all this stuff, whatever.
Well, yeah. To be honest,
so
y'all. Exclusive, don't quote us.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'm always tired. But nothing for me. This is so fulfilling for me that even when I'm tired, I've come to be okay. It's worth it because things are getting done. I got an amazing group of people that are so diverse and that are so different. And these ain't kids. They grown. They know what they're doing, and they have all been successful in their own right to an extent. So this is all about just it's less being a boss and more being a leader, So like, that's where I try to base my styleship of leading off of. I'm never going to tell you what to do. I might advise you to take a certain road, but I'm gonna kind of let you do your thing, and I'm just gonna curve you where you need to be curved. And,
right.
But to answer your question, yeah, I'm tired.
You're tired.
I'm not gonna act like it's not stressful. I'm not gonna act like there's not bad days. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat things.
Yeah, like I said a while ago, because like I try to make this my episodes as personal, like not like extremely personable, but like enough that people see what it takes to be an actual artist, like an influencer, or not even just an artist, but just a person that's in our age range, like in Gen Z, whatever. Like what
growing, learning, and
yeah, because like everybody wants to have like that false reality of like thinking like, okay, I'm gonna pop off if I have one good song, or I'm popping off if I have like one podcast. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna pop off because of this. And I was like, it's a grind. Yeah. Obviously, like everybody, like especially you, like we've known each other for what, like almost 6 years?
Almost 4 or 5.
Yeah,
4 or 5, maybe 6 if you throw in the drunk times we saw each
other. But definitely, like, there was like times that I saw like you just like elevating and doing like little shows, because I always knew like you had like a manager with you and stuff like that too. So
shout out Seven. Seven did pass away a couple years ago. So
man. Because I always remember
in our hearts, baby. I love you, boy.
Wow, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, bro. Seven, he with us always, bro. If it wasn't for Seven, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have now.
Yeah.
Truly and honestly, he helped me learn so much back when I was a roadie, man, and I was doing 2-minute sets, just happy to be on stage, hype man. Waiting for my moment, Seven. He was first for people to believe in me and give me my big opportunities.
Man, that's awesome.
Forever grateful, forever empowered. Tired. To answer your question, it is consistent work, and consistency and discipline are going to be your most 2 important factors. Some days, no bullshit. Some days I come home and I'm like, fuck it, I'll fire everybody. Then some days I come home and be like, this is the best group in the world. I don't want anybody else in this life. But navigating those emotions is the key. You know, it's okay. It's okay to feel stressed. It's okay to feel these things. It's not okay to navigate about them poorly. So you just have to master that. And discipline is huge. You know me, so you know you're not looking at the same person that you knew when you met me.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely.
That takes and that came from failure. That came from falling on my face so many times to where the only thing I can do is get up and not do that shit again. You know?
Sure.
So I have studied the people who have succeeded. I have studied the people who have failed and what they did wrong. And I have studied my own successes and failures, and I have come to learn how to rely on my people. You know, the people in my family have been a guideline, a lifeline for me to separate the bright lights from the real life. You know? You
pretty much answered most of the questions that I just asked you. But going deep into obviously you said you've grown as a man, and I can attest to it. Like you have. One of the things I want to ask you more about, because you've been doing this for a long time, and you're pretty you're doing pretty well social media wise, numbers and stuff like that. For the other people to think that what you do or whatever, it's gonna take a minute. You might pop off like Griselda, when you're in your late 30s, but it doesn't mean that you're washed up or anything. But what's your message to people that the real ones that are really talented, but they just haven't got their shot yet, or they haven't been in the right rooms or in the right what would you say for those people, because most people don't really know what we do.
I this is the best advice that anybody's ever given me. I heard this on the Joe Budden podcast. The music industry, the entertainment industry actually is it's a test of not your talent, but it's a test of your patience and commitment. You know, it's not necessarily about who's the most talented. That doesn't automatically mean you're going to make it. Can you be consistent and believe in your vision for this long amount of time until it's time for your number to get called? I'm very in the belief that most of the people who didn't make it just didn't have the patience to wait for the time, or it was they gave, I'm not going to call them quitters. Sometimes life just happens and, I can't chase my dream anymore. It's because you just wasn't able to continue to hold on until your time was ready. Some people might blow up in 2 days. Some people may blow up in 20 years. And that's just how it happens, but it's what you're going to do with that. Because here's the thing too as well. In this age of TikTok and viral moments, lots of people, they find themselves stuck in that level of success. You get viral, but you went viral randomly because you didn't plan it, and now you don't know what to do to connect with your audience because you don't know what you did to get that audience in the first place.
Right.
So not only it's not just about making it, it's about knowing what to do when you make it too.
Yeah.
That's happens to a lot of artists that are just so desperate to make it. You made it to your moment, but now you don't know how to capitalize on it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people fell off. Especially the meme rappers.
Yeah. That's their died.
Yeah, so those people. You're good. Lay down. Lay down. But a lot of those meme rappers, it's kind of sad to see that. But
base it off of that ideology. It's meme rap, right?
Yeah.
Memes after a while after a while, the meme you looked at in high school ain't as funny as it was when we were in high school.
Right.
So that song based off of whatever joke that was funny to us in high school simply just isn't funny anymore.
Right.
So I don't listen to songs like that, and just so you lose your audience because you don't really maintain it.
Yeah, there's definitely this book that I was reading. Well, it's to help me become a better podcaster and everything like that. But one of the things that it totally what it mentioned was that everybody wants that shock value.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. And I'm that person. I'm man, I can get people on my podcast. Let me get something crazy going, stuff like that. But he said you don't have to be exactly shock value. It's gonna come. Play within your your natural your own humor and stuff like that. Your funniness and stuff is gonna come, but it's don't force it to be funny because or be shocking or whatever. Because if it comes out, I don't know how to explain it, because I was reading this comedy book to help with being a little bit more funny, and they said the same thing about the shock value. So I feel a lot of the people that you mentioned, they kind of want that quick fix kind of thing. But it's kind of how about you just grow into your personality and grow into your mindset and stuff like that? Because Yeah, because I'm surprised that I'm honestly like I have a podcast and I'm talking and doing stuff like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
You know you're building rapport too.
yeah, and it's like go ahead. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, yeah, and basically the reason why because like I told you about it and I think that's why like because I was talking to you Mav about it like a while ago. I was like the only reason why I'm starting my podcast because I was like is interviews because like I grew up watching interviews like interviews of like. My favorite rappers and stuff like that.
Parks,
yeah,
MTVs.
like even like on the news, watching how they interview people and stuff like that. But the thing, where I was going with that, but yeah, so like all those like interviews, kind of like they helped me see inside and see a little bit of the artist. So I was like, well, if I build a podcast, like if I part of my like vision, whatever, like it's gonna be a while, like what you said, it's gonna take a minute to build.
But it builds legacy. And I think
it builds like a solid fan base. Right now I have like a decent amount of following, but like over time, like it's gonna be bigger. It's bigger, yeah. So like let's say like if I wanted to drop music. And basically, I already have a fan base of like 50,000 people
who are supporting you from doing that.
Yeah, from doing that. So,
see what connects with people.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think like because like the number one building thing, especially brand building, is build an audience.
Exactly.
So me right now after this year, after New Year's happens, I'm gonna check my what's it called my data points and everything like that, and just kind of reevaluate from there. And then,
we doing the same thing.
Yeah, because like I do the same thing for them too. I was like, okay, so like, because like to help them out, I was like, what type of demographics? So I help them because I'm gonna build up a marketing plan and help them with their marketing plan too. Because I was like, okay, so what demographic we need right now, or like what we're trying to go for.
We're trying to attack.
Yeah, so
I think that what's important to me right now as. Obviously, building this brand is what's important to me as Spivyson, the CEO. As Spivyson, the artist, what's important to me right now is building legacy instead of moments, which you just kind of nailed it right on the head. I feel like for the longest in my career, I've created moments. Like, drop this single, drop this music video, everybody loves it. That's a fire moment. Get my music played at this club. Get my music played for this artist. That's big. These are big moments. But what I haven't done is create legacy. But now I'm grateful for the opportunity with my new album coming out, Air to the Wounds, February 20th.
Oh, yeah.
That is a culmination. That to me, that's a culmination of these last 3 albums. This is my 3rd album, and it's kind of like I set it up for like a trilogy to an extent because it breaks down the Spivyson journey. I dropped Therapy in 2020. That's my first album. And you could really hear a young kid, a young 21-year-old who just wanted to be in the club, not the literal club, but in the music industry so bad. He wanted what the other rappers had. He wanted acceptance within the music industry that he thought that he was prepared for. Spivyson Uncensored was navigating the up and downs of the music industry and coming to the conclusion that you can't heal the world until you heal yourself. So Air to the Wounds for me is the culmination of all 3 of those projects, and it is the journey of self-healing and hopefully ascension.
Can you go a little bit deeper of like the process and the thought process and like the creative, like where did you did explain a little bit, but like more of like focus on because your album's dropping.
Yeah.
So
February
if we can,
20th,
since you said you're a trilogy guy, I know you're a Spider-Man, like not Spider-Man, you're a DC guy.
Yeah.
You're a big DC guy. So like talk about like the processes, like where you get your inspiration from. Like obviously you said some of it, but like kind of like clean up a little bit. Like your inspiration from and like what you hope. Like what you hope and like how was like the process of like the work hours, studio hours and stuff like that, and just kind of just give a overview because that's something I definitely
bro. It was long. This album I've been working on for 2 to 3 years, so it was a long process. It took a lot of digging. It took a lot of, the things I always say is it's not necessarily easy to take your hands and dig in and dig the ugliness out, but, you do feel a little more full. I'll say this album is me at my most present. Every song I write are about real life experiences, but I've never really rapped about experiences that I have gone through in the last couple of years. The more like stories that I've experienced in my life. So this is me at my most present. This is me at my most vulnerable. It's nothing like the party records that you guys are probably used to hearing. This is my first attempt at a concept album. So I do recommend that everybody listens to it from track 1 to track 16 because it all tells one cohesive narrative. This narrative was based off of medieval imagery, which is why it's called Heir to the Wounds. The themes behind the album are can the wounded still be worthy? And generational trauma is a huge theme too. Heir to the wounds, as in these wounds that were received have been inherited, as it says, and they've been passed down. Generational trauma is something that we don't really talk about in Black households, but but times 10 in a worldview. I feel like lots of people are going through things that they don't even know why they're going through it. It's because their father went through it, and their father went through it, and their father went through it, and it's going to take one of us to break said cycle. So that's a third theme. And in order to kind of find these themes, I was really influenced by Moorish, not Moorish technology, but Moorish influences. A lot of you guys may not know who the Moors are. The Moors are a group of African people who lived in indigenous times and medieval times. They were really interesting to me because, back in medieval times, most people probably assumed that people that looked like us were slaves. And that's not necessarily true.
Yeah.
The Moors were an intelligent people too. There were kings, queens, wizards, doctors, scientists. They invented things like silverware. They invented things like water filtration, things that we all use around the world to this day. So when I was able to do that research and learn that even though in a time where they may have been discarded or abandoned to history, they still, the things that we use in the technology and in the lessons and the medicine that we use are still influenced by Moorish times and Moorish people. To the point where I even actually here recently, I wanted to show this out. Yeah, I got this is the Moorish. This is the Moorish. It's the Moorish symbol right here. This is what I've been wearing throughout my album release. I want to show you the album cover.
Right,
It's you guys can't see it yet, but I'm going to show you.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out where you can hook this up and we can look up stuff.
Oh
and they can see what
this is my album cover. What you think?
Oh yeah, that looks really, bro. That's dope.
Beautiful. It's lots of Moorish symbolism. It's very they very represent. To me, they represent that you can still have a legacy of greatness that rings for generations, but the first steps would be to heal from the wounds,
Exactly.
And that's kind of the lesson that's told in this album. This is me at my most vulnerable. It gets really dark on this album.
Crazy.
So I'm hoping that people connect, and I'm hoping that people resonate. I hope people are able to relate and find something within themselves that they may not have healed from.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That you said that. I'll talk about generation trauma and ending the cycle.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what you basically, yeah, everything you said. I listened to a lot of science stuff and big think podcasts and stuff like that. And one of the things they did talk about people, mothers that are in positions of high stress, the baby's going through it too. So, and they talk about the African American communities and stuff like that, and yeah, basically like slavery and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel
really genuine. And the crazy thing too, I was thinking about this, it's really insane if you really put it. 100 years wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't.
and as the world been here for billions of years, and the fact that we as humans actually oh wow, we shouldn't do this after the last billion, you know what I'm saying?
And lots of you fellas that don't look like me try to make me feel like it's so long ago and I should just forget it.
It's really not, because
it's not. It really wasn't. Check.
The dude from what's his name? The dude that did Mary Poppins and the Van Dyke or whatever, Dick or whatever.
Yeah.
He's 100, so he lived through all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Rodney King was beaten around the time that I was born.
Yeah, I know. So
it really wasn't, and that's not even counting the things that we have lived through and seen.
Right. Yeah.
Those injustices are real. I feel like lots of the world's problems are caused because we do not allow our children to be children. That the imagination is the most powerful thing that the human body has, the brain. And if we were able to let it fully develop, not only would things like mass incarceration and school shootings and mental health issues decline, but solutions to the world could possibly be created because one kid is able to actually use their imagination to their fullest extent. You feel me?
No, I agree with you. I don't really practice Christianity or anything. I'm kind of just more I don't know. I've considered myself more of a scholar. I just kind of look at everything and But one of the things, what you said, like, what I like what you said is, like, we're not letting our kids have more imaginations, because that is the spark. That, like, creativity is, like, that spark. That's why we have tables. That's why we have houses.
Exactly.
That's why we have things, because
somebody thought of it.
Yeah, you know? Somebody thought of it. Somebody was inspired by something. Something didn't work out for them, and someone's like, "Oh, let's try this." Like,
but the next creator of Apple can't become the creator of Apple if his parents are traumatizing him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So like it's very important.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you believe like, because like I believe do you, so I don't know what denomination of like Christian you are, but I basically don't believe that but this is gonna tie into like the creativity and like the kids and stuff like that. I don't really think children are born evil.
No.
I don't think kids are like born with no sin or anything. I think kids are probably the purest things.
The problem is, man, we all got to remember we were put on this planet to love. That's the first emotion in the Bible. If we remember...
Because that's the first thing that you remember, too, from your mom.
Yeah, so
when you think of your mom, you think of peace and love.
Bro. Like, so, like, that's what we're here. That we are all put on this planet to love. And if people start to remember that and truly emulate that, I mean, I know it's hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. It's easy
good,
to love,
bro. Yeah, that's like one of those huge philosophical like things that's like, it's one of those things like we got to take care of ourselves and whatever we can do, what we can, because it's like this thing is gonna forever keep on going. And it sucks to think about that, but yeah, no, man. But like the fact that like in seeing you out here, man, like changing and trying to be better and like becoming a whole different. Like I'm still like studying you and seeing like where you're trying to go, because I don't think like you're like it's like a good thing. It's because you're like just so like this. And I'm like, okay, like where's he gonna try to go now?
Keep you on your tail.
I was like, where is he? I was like, where are you gonna go now?
I will tell you, it's all intentional. Everything that I do, everything that I post, like, even if you think I'm just posting a random, everything is very planned.
Okay,
I do not do anything. Everything is planned.
So that means that album is gonna be dope then, because I love artists that like everything to the frequency, to everything.
Not just with the music either. Not just with the music either.
Okay.
The rollout. This interview, is leading to something else I have to do. Okay. Everything is planned. And it's all just feeding one very positive narrative. And that's what I was talking about, building legacy. That's how you build people, because now people are invested in not just the music, but the story. What's going to happen? What's he going to accomplish next? You know what I'm saying? So like everything is planned, pre-planned. I am, right now I'm in 2029. It is something that my business partner Ken and the people that I love, they tell me a lot. You gotta stay in the present sometimes.
Yeah, no, bro. It's like, no, that's the realest thing, because like I feel like that's one of the things I'm getting way better with, because I the last 4 years at school, like it went by so fast. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's the only regret that I have is like I was around great people, and I just wasn't present. And I was like hoping, like, man, I'm trying to graduate. I'm trying to get out of here. And then now I'm just like, I'm about to be like 30 in like 2 years. And then now I'm thinking like, I'm going to enjoy like everything. Even my 30s, I'm going to enjoy every moment of it, even if it sucks. Like right now, my life is just, I'm ready for 2026. It's not where I want it to be.
But, I think it's like, it's so many times where I look back on like, even though my struggles and my low points in life, they really hurt, they really sucked, I would not be the man I am right here today without them. So even though I hate that they happened, they are kind of necessary to this shitty story that's
if I can be real, so I know like you probably really hard on yourself.
The most.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's one person that's harder on me than myself.
Okay.
Like I said,
I'm gonna like just like give you like a little bit more flowers and a little bit more love and like more kindness to yourself. Like I know you probably didn't think that you were like a really good person, but when I met you a while ago, you were still good. Like you were still a great person.
That's because I like you, Gally.
Okay. I don't like everybody, man. I was like, okay. What did I miss? I was like, what the fuck did I miss, bro?
I think it's not just about being a good person.
I know, but
it's about just looking at yourself and being. Sometimes you gotta look at yourself and realize that. Yeah. So my ideals, even though they might be raised with love, and they're just. If once you realize you're hurting people, once you realize you're not being as effective as you could be, You just got to reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that I was Hitler, but I do think that there was ways.
There was some. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, no, I get you, man. That's perfect because, like, I mean, we can go as deep as you want to go about like the therapy stuff, but
I'd love to. Yeah, let's talk.
Okay,
about that.
yeah, because like as number one, as a man of color, a black man, like that's,
a real nigga,
that makes me that makes me not feel like alone, not in like in a corny sense or like try to make people like look at me like a better person because I'm a decent human being, just like I claim just to be a decent human being, But just seeing another black man actually going to therapy and in the light that you like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's not a lot of like people like us. Because
and we got to take pride in it. We
and it's not
pride
in the thing too. Like you can attest to this probably. Like the therapy that we go to is not for people that are thinking about going to therapy. It's not sitting there and just wallowing in your past mistakes or what people did to you. Like we sit there and we observe those wounds and stuff like that. But then we're like, okay, what are we gonna do to fix it? Because if you have a therapist, if you have a fucking therapist that just lets you just wallow in it, like that's not a good therapist.
That's not
bro. You need one that's gonna challenge you and challenge your ideas and like not thinking that you're the greatest person, because that's where a lot of people don't want to go to therapy because they don't want to see and the fact that how brave you are, like the fact that you can look at your shadow. Because I was talking to this girl Kat Love on my last podcast about it. So the look at your shadow is the most brave thing that you can do, and then the fact that you can't get rid of the shadow, but now that's a part of you.
But I'm gonna learn to live with it.
Yeah, but it's like a superhero thing, because like I know you like your superheroes because like there's a fan philosophy about Batman and Joker. I don't know if you heard this, but it's basically that's just Batman's darker side, because that's why like he has like such an emotional tie to the Joker. That's why when you think of Batman, you think of the Joker. Like and then you,
because it is two sides of the same coin, and that's you couldn't be more true. And that I delve into that heavily. Even the conceptual side of what you just said. Like I said, this is my first attempt at a concept album. I'm telling a full-on narrative. Lots throughout the album. There's lots of Moorish and Hebrew references. So please pay attention to that. I delve deep into that.
You got into Hebrew, like the Hebrew, like wow, bro. Like that's like one of my first things that I want to really learn is like the Hebrew language. Really I bet you probably like banging your head. You're like, what? Because you gotta travel back, but like no one wants to know this, but like the original Bible, like you gotta like understand what that meant at that time. Because like if we wrote our Bible, like,
well, huge shout out to my family. My family is very religious, so I didn't have to. No, I didn't have to look hard. I just had to make a couple of calls, look up a couple of things, do a lot of reading, but it was enjoyable.
So you have a bunch of scholars in your family then, like religious scholars?
No, man. I don't think they view themselves like that.
You give me more like you give me. I think in your past life or something, man, like you have the scholarly aspects to you.
My family from the north side of Battle Creek, man. We some real niggas. But we do take religion. But religion is a huge core. My mother was raised in religion, and my father, he very symbolizes the Bible, you know. But at the same time, it is religion to the point where it's not just blind faith and believe in this church or ideology. My father was always, if you got a question, I'm not going to give you the answer. The book is. So go figure it out in the Bible. And that is where I've been.
Because it is a book of codes. Like, because I'm in astrology and like all these different religions and stuff like that. It is like a code, especially if you reach back into Hebrew, which I'm like, that's dope, because one Hebrew word means 10 billion things.
Yeah. And you have to break it down by... Well, it's not too different from rapping, man. You know, for me. My writing process is always breaking down syllables to the smallest atom and seeing where I can put those and make them rhyme. So with Hebrew, it wasn't too different. It's just breaking down every syllable of each word and seeing what that represents and then forming it into a sentence.
That's amazing. When did you fall in love with that? Because I do notice that, because like you can listen to your music and you can listen to it shallowly. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can listen to it twerk at the club, like, you know, pop bottles, or just like,
or you can sit down and really hear something, and it'll be a little deeper meaning.
You kind of give me like a Kendrick vibe.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's probably the best compliment y'all can give me.
No, man. I mean,
my favorite rapper.
when I talk to everybody, like, obviously why my podcasts are so long is like, bro, dive so deep into your like soul and like I listen.
You guys
to your
feel this
words.
way too? I figured y'all was talking shit about me.
Yeah.
So if you guys are telling him good things, I appreciate that too.
No, but like that to me, that's mind blowing. I'm dyslexic.
I appreciate
so words to me don't matter. I'm more.
So it's audio for you.
It's more audio and more what I feel and like how I like interpret the words and stuff like that. But like, yeah, man, like that's. I do see that because your songs do have layers because like even if you want to listen to the rhyme scheme and then the metaphors in that it's like wow, it's like oh wow.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate. Well, you know, and you know, I was at a friend of mine's birthday party and a woman came up to me and she's like, "Hey, you're Spivyson." I was like, "Hey, yeah." She's like, "Oh man, my boyfriend here, this guy I'm talking to, you know, he plays your music all the time. We really like it."
I bet that's crazy.
It's cool. It's super cool. It's super cool. If you see me, please stop me and say what's up. Even if you only follow me on Instagram, it's super cool because next time I have a show, I'm gonna look for you and invite you. So it's not just an ego thing. I need to know who my fans are so I can keep you guys in the loop. Yeah. So please come holler at me.
No, dude, you're good, bro.
Yeah, what she had mentioned a lot of my lyrics. We were talking about lyrics, and she said she had to come on. You know, my lyrics do. Sometimes they make
and they're getting better too, bro.
Yeah,
because from five, bro.
It's all just honing my skills. One thing she mentioned to me.
I'm glad you didn't give up.
Hell
that's the biggest thing, man. I was like, I'm glad you didn't give up.
I love, you know, even if I was to stop rapping for y'all, I'll never stop rapping for me. I'm always making music. It's in me. It's in my father. Like it was in my father. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she told me that my lyrics sometimes they come off abrasive, a little crude. Sometimes.
No, and going back, sorry, not the like because like I am an artist through that I realized from just talking to my therapist and stuff like that. But I think everything from like. It's not gonna be wholesome.
Exactly.
Like real life isn't wholesome.
Reality
isn't wholesome. You're gonna have these like crude things and stuff like that in your music for sure. But like, that's just like where you were at that time and just like how like people like talk. It's like I don't think that's you.
I wouldn't. That was the conversation I had with her. Was that I've come to a point in my career where I let emotions pass through me,
I think you need to keep on like put like I don't know. Like that's just like every artist.
Oh no, yeah. When I feel them, they're there.
Yeah.
When I'm in the moment, I feel it. Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean that defines who I am. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So like
it's part of it, like kind of like entertainment. Like what you said is like story because like big storytelling. Like your storytelling. It's like, bro, I watch some movies like The Boys. Like it's not movie shows like The Boys and stuff like that. It's really it's pretty foul. It's pretty foul show, but like but you see how beautiful it is. It's like
because it's the real, bro.
Yeah.
Art imitates life, I feel like. And like I feel like me rapping, I'm repping Kalamazoo, Michigan. So I'm representing the good, the bad, and the ugly because I can't sugarcoat anything. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, when I say no wonder why these bitches call me Big Spy. My height game's at a 5'6", but my dick game's it's like I'm 6'5" or whatever the fuck I said in the song. Yeah, that is very abrasive and gross and disgusting. But that's just not your reality. I'm living in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where motherfuckers is fucking Tuesday through Sunday. That is a reality. And I'm a man who has grown up in the environment where these are the ideals we grew up with. Yeah, you is a lame if you ain't running with the hoes. You is a lame if you ain't making sure you're protecting your cheese. Right. And even though I may not fully live by those ideals now, those feelings
are still there.
Don't ever leave me. So I'll never not represent my community.
I think we talked about this before because I was like, my podcast there's gonna be wholesome moments.
Yeah,
there's gonna be some really wholesome moments. There's gonna be some like wow, very insight. But there's gonna also be like moments of like, oh, I'm just talking my shit.
Yeah, and it's gonna be the real.
Like people are gonna run their mouths. Like we're gonna be joking and stuff like that. But to me, that like what you said, it represents just humanity as a whole.
And it represents my community that I've really come to love. Like I said, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, some of those things may be a little distasteful for y'all to hear. But it's a Tuesday for me.
but it's tapping into the shadow and you're owning it, and that's the thing. Like no one can because like you can see this with like a bunch of like scandals and stuff like of these people that like claim to be these perfect beings, but they didn't really reach. They didn't reach into the shadow.
They didn't take care of themselves behind closed doors. I see you, Sherane Moore. I see you, man. Yeah. And that stuff that breaks me when I see another brother going through that because it's just another representation of you can. The world is gonna give you, But if you don't take care of your own inner demons, they're gonna reach out and come take you.
Speaking on that, I'm glad you brought that Shamor thing up. Like, obviously, I was waiting because I was like, this week is huge for content, and there's a lot of things going through everybody's mind about this stuff. Like, my biggest thing, this might be a little controversial take, as a me, like getting better as a man, like us, like young black men. One of the things is like just really know who you are. Like, if you're a man that wants to be in a poly relationship, don't be that. I don't know if this makes any sense, but like it doesn't have to be like relationship, but just like own who you are, and then like what you said, because like if you own your shadow, like it's like the Eminem thing when Eminem was rapping and he's like, but like he owned it, and it's like now nobody can't really say.
What he's saying is, man, if y'all want to cheat on y'all wives, go be a freak somewhere else and just be honest about it. Just if you want to go be a freak, be honest about it. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
That's like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, just like don't try to betray yourself. And plus, like I really believe, which I've been studying the media for like almost a decade, and that's why like I really like our group, because it's not like we're human. That's what we're humans. We rap about whatever, we talk about whatever. Yeah. And it makes people closer to us, and also, but it doesn't. We don't put ourselves on a pedestal where, like especially the Michigan and like football and stuff like that. They put these people on these like, this is what we want to brand them, and then once they fall a little bit from that, oh, we don't want to deal with them no more.
And
which is like really fucked up.
I gotta say that I can't not admit that, I can't help but notice that lots of the black celebrities, they're the ones that really get it bad. I'm not saying the white celebrities don't get nothing, but if Charlie Sheen wanted to go do something right now, he could, and he did a lot of crazy shit. Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, the same Robert Downey Jr. that went to jail 4 times for cocaine charges. Would that happen to a Jonathan Majors or one of these black celebrities? Probably not. They probably might never get another shot.
Also, too, it kind of stems into the space, too.
Yeah, facts.
A little bit.
It does depend on,
but yeah,
factors and things like that.
I just think, like, especially going back to the, like, the wholesome, like, because, like, obviously I see so many brands, I'm like, okay, of course, like, because I was talking to somebody, but I don't know if it was you. But it's like, of course, like, these wholesome brands are going to do really well, because that's that idea that people want to push. I was like, what happens, like, we change it? And that's the thing about me and, like, media, and, like, I said, how can I change that narrative to, like, just, like, hey, there's so many different people out here that have different ways of living and different ways of, like, life. Like, not all of them are going to be, have, like, have a perfect marriage. Some of them, like, there's some grown men that I know that, like we said, like, some, like, I had, like, talks with, like, some, like, grown, older men that were black. They're like, no, this is my life. This is what I like, and this is who I am, and like, and that's okay. And I'm like, wow, because me being raised like a pretty like religious whatever, like I didn't know that there was so many different lives out there, and I don't think we should glorify each life, because everybody's different,
Yeah, and that's something and that's something I want to make clear too when I was talking about my lyrics. Yeah, when I'm rapping, and y'all hear me rapping things, by no means do I mean to glorify anything. One thing that I try to do that's different than what I feel most rappers do is, I will show you guys the limelight and the bright lights, but I'm also going to show you what happens when the lights turn off, which is what I really did on this album. The other side of
the side where you
most of you guys saw me at the parties, but y'all didn't really check up on me when the party was over and I was back home. That is what this album is for.
That's all.
And I delve a lot into my comic book history with this, because this story takes place from the perspective of a character called the Wounded Soldier. That is a Don't Quote Us exclusive. The Wounded Soldier plays a very important role in this album, and you get the Wounded Soldier when he's at his most wounded in track 1.
Is that
by
like
track 16?
Is the Wounded Soldier based off like a psyche split? Like
I would say the Wounded Soldier is a representation of myself in many ways. The Wounded Soldier could be a representation of you. The Wounded Soldier could be
you're making the character
anybody
relatable.
and everybody.
That's awesome.
And hopefully people resonate with that character.
Yeah,
you feel me?
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Anything else you want to like talk about? Like how much time you got?
I gotta go get some hot cocoa.
Okay, man. All right. Yeah. Anything else that you want to like let everybody know?
My new album, Air to the Wounds, is coming out February 20th. We got really cool big things coming for you guys. January 12th, there is a special announcement. I cannot get into it yet because this is December 15th, right? Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah,
but you guys follow me on Instagram at official_Spivyson, and I will disclose all the details. We're doing weekly drops about Air to the Wounds. If you guys want to keep up with what's going on with the album, please do. Gally came to a studio session. I don't know if you guys told you that. Gally was there, so he has heard a little bit, and he will hear a little bit. He will have heard the album well before you guys. Yep. So good luck to him. Good luck. But yeah, please listen to my album. My new single, Blame Games Part 1, and music video is out right now. It's at 33,000 views on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
This is the first time that I wrote the screenplay myself. So really excited about that. Please go check that out when you got a second. I want to shout out my little homie Aiden Burris, man. Thank you for being such a great kid and supporting me and Chasing Stars Entertainment. I can't wait to see you ball out on all those kids over there at high school. We're gonna come check you out. Keep on dunking, keep on shaking them folks, and keep on doing your thing, little homie. Great kid, better person, man, better friend. You feel me?
That's awesome,
so,
bro.
Thanks for tuning in on the Don't Quote Us podcast.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate
y'all feel me? I'm Air to the Wounds, February 20th. I'm outie.
All right, man. All right, guys. Thank you guys for showing up to the Don't Quote Us podcast. Go check out my boy Spive in his new album. I will be promoting some of our events that are coming up, and you can see them and probably get like things signed and everything and meet and greet. So
yes, please come.
Really excited. I'm most likely I'm gonna be there, guys.
Cool.
So yeah. Can you?